It's what you hearing, listen. It's what you hearing, listen. It's what you hearing, listen. X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kayfabe Today podcast. My name is Eric, and, well, you can't follow me on Twitter at MTLBroski because I got banned for saying I love you, faggot, to someone who said I love you, faggot. Don't say the F word on Twitter, boys and girls. Not fuck you. Faggot. Don't say faggot. It's bad. You'll get banned on Twitter. But I'm pretty sad because I lost my account. But I'll be back in a week or like tomorrow by the time you guys hear this. But there is reason to be very excited. For the first time ever on the Kayfabe Today podcast, everybody is here. Not just me, not just Travis, not just Robbie. We even found Drew. So first of all, welcome back, Travis. Last week you were down, little minor surgery. How are you feeling this week? Are you fully recovered? Are you getting there? Are you going to be okay?
I'm getting there. I drank some Super Cena juice. I ordered it off WWE Shop. I'm on the road to recovery on board the Lex Express, man. But hey, you know what? I listened to you guys with Brother Jay last week. Thank you guys for the well wishes while I was down. It means the world, and to your listeners and everybody that reached out to me on Twitter, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. But I'm back, baby, and I'm good to go. And man, it's so good to have the full cast here.
I know, I can't believe it. Drew Ortman, my faithful co-host, who's here every single week, without a doubt. No question in our mind who will be on the show. Drew is always here. Drew Ortman, how you doing, buddy?
In spirit. Always here. I'm good. I'm happy to be on the show again this week.
I have this little picture of you that I stick to my monitor when you're not here, so it looks like you're it looks like you're in the Skype call, so you're always watching. And finally, the most annoying person who spent a half an hour eating toast before we recorded this show, my son, the very well behaved Robbie Radford. Hello, Robbie.
Hi. Hi.
Gee, he was so charismatic trolling me while eating this toast for 30 minutes. I introduce him on the show, and all we get is a hi. This is Robbie's last show, so everybody enjoy him.
I've just lost my smile for the biz lads.
Oh no!
You make enough money, and then just what can you do?
Well, we're gonna help you find your smile today on the show, and we're gonna.
He's gonna marry a Nitro girl next, and he's gonna retire, and he's gonna pull the show.
Are you gonna marry a Nitro girl, Robbie? Christ, Nitro girls could probably be your mother by now.
Yeah.
A Nitro girl.
There's a depressing thought.
Yes.
Starting with fire this week. I should have recorded the pre-show, to be honest.
Straight fire?
Oh, I hate you. Hey, shout out to that thumbnail, even though I made it. How about that, guys? Putting myself on Becky Lynch's body, taking one for the team. I would never do that. I would never put your likeness on that awful human being, ever. So I hope you guys appreciate me.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You guys
want please don't body shame me because I'm on Charlotte's body, guys.
No, dude, your face and the body language of Charlotte in that picture, I didn't even realize it till it was done, and I took a step back. Because you know when you're creating art, sometimes you get really focused, and then when you take a step back, you notice things that you didn't intentionally put there, and that was one. I just looked, and I was like, holy shit, it works perfectly. You're just I think it was Robbie that said in the DM, you're just like looking down on all of us. You know you're the real champion.
Drew's the MVP. He's got the hurt neck and all. Look at him.
Drew is my favorite one. He's got a hurt neck, but he's still smiling. He's Apollo Crews in that shit. Apollo Crews, and I want that.
See, that's why I'm never on the show.
Yeah, because he plays hurt, and then he has to recover for 6 months. You guys want to talk about some news? A few things happened in the world of wrestling this week. But before that, I just want to talk about free speech again. I'm going to rant for about 45 minutes here, so get ready. No, I'm just kidding. But it sucks. It sucks. Don't go around reporting people on Twitter because you don't like what they say. It's stupid. And especially when it's a tweet from months ago. That's what really annoyed me. It wasn't even directed. And Travis used his detective skills, and he put me on the case. And I think I agree with him. I think I know who the culprit is, so I blocked I went on a blocking spree to make sure it doesn't happen, because I'm pretty sure if it happens again, I get my account suspended for good. That's bye-bye broski, and then I quit. Then I'm just going to go to Facebook like an old man.
I didn't even know it was from an old tweet. That's even creepier.
Dude,
like they did some digging. That's really
And the tweet before that is, like I said, I got banned for saying "I love you too, faggot." Right. The tweet before that was "I love you, faggot." So I was responding in exactly the same way that I was addressed. And the funniest thing to me, and this is the last thing I'll say because I really don't want to talk about this on the show again, but the funniest thing to me is I got banned for bullying and hate speech. So apparently on Twitter.com, now saying I love you is hateful. So don't say I love you on Twitter because you're being hateful.
it's a fine line.
It's a retarded line. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But
It's
Twitter
shit.
drama aside, there's too much of it as there is. We're gonna get into something that matters, like wrestling drama. That matters. It's important. Jeff Jarrett having a rough week. Travis. Looks like he's not at the helm of GFW wrestling. God damn it, GFW anymore.
Well, off air, we were having our little toast talk, a little rap session, and
Welcome to
you guys
Toast
said he was
Cast.
fired. You guys said he was fired. I just thought he was sent home. Now maybe I didn't see something come out that he's officially fired.
It was I guess I had just assumed there. Me assuming, you should never assume anything. It's a horrible thing to do. But the exact phrase, the exact phrasing of it was he was sent home indefinitely. I've heard to deal with personal issues. Now I heard maybe he's on the sauce again. I heard that might be.
Yeah, he's definitely drunk. I mean, him and Karen are notorious. Well, I don't mean to make light of any, because that is a disease. Let's be real. It is a serious thing. I don't want to wish that on anyone.
No, it definitely is.
But on the other hand, this is the same guy that is notorious for deleting tweets because he was drunk in the past. You remember that stuff with Jarrett, man?
Yeah.
He does have some alcohol problems going on. I've been reading some stuff, and everyone's pretty sure it's because of that. Just showing up, just not in any shape to perform. And I think it was a AAA show, something like that too, or New Japan, one of those.
Not AAA again.
It was another off promotion. They had like a working agreement, and they just sent him home. So I get best wishes, but let's be real. He is one of the shadiest guys in pro wrestling.
He is, and just proof that when it rains, it pours. Now Anthem Sports is seemingly no longer interested in GFW and wrestling in general, meaning that they would be exactly where they were a year ago at this point, without a network and on the brink of extinction. Bad week. and just to go back, Travis, to your shadiest dude in wrestling with Jeff Jarrett. Remember when he was hawking gold, like GFW gold?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? What the fuck was
Right
that?
right at the very inception of GFW too. What a way to kickstart everybody and get them on your side. You know.
That's when I knew there was like something really wrong with all of it right there.
Well, just the way that it started with the whole gold thing, and then it kind of went only to India or something like that. Like it was really big in India for some reason, and they didn't really have a network out here for the longest time. And then they bounced around from network to network, and seemingly on the brink of losing another network. And who the hell, like, it's such, should they just give up at this point? Like if they get dropped by Anthem, should they just drop it, like just give up?
I would have said, I did say back a year ago that they should absolutely give up, and they went another year and had some high points.
I think it's important. I think it's important too that we make it clear it's not a slight on the talent.
No.
This is a management deal. Maybe Jim Cornette can save them.
If anything, I was going to say, this is the first time I think I've ever said this on Kayfabe today. I've actually caught some GFW in the past couple weeks, and it's actually not been that bad. Like, it's getting better. The problem is it still has that TNA
Let's not say
stigma.
things we can't take back now.
God, some of the match I've
I'm just fucking with you.
Their X division is really good, to be fair.
Yeah, it's really hasn't been that bad. Like just a little tidbits, but I call it. But it's just like that TNA stink is so on it. It's going to be.
True.
It's not going to go away. I think.
Mm-hmm. The last great thing they had was the broken gimmick. That was the last really great thing. I think when the Hardys left, that was a sign of. Not that other bigger stars haven't left the company before, but they were so like white hot for that whole summer, and it was big promotion for them. And now that they don't have that, like, let's play this game. Who would you take from TNA's roster and bring them to WWE?
Chevrolet is definitely up there.
What about what the fuck is he? I know he was in WWE before. EC3, is that it? Yeah, EC3.
Yeah. Even Cara.
That'd be cool.
Andrew Everett as well.
God, I don't really even know who's there. I haven't watched TNA.
What about the champ?
Who's
Eli Drake?
Eli Drake.
Yeah.
I honestly,
I think he could do some sort of like kind of mid card goofy gimmick. That's
maybe
not
put him with the
really-
Fashion Police.
How about Bobby
Sure.
Lashley?
Yeah, I'd love. Hey, that's Donald Trump's boy right there. He would make
shit.
he would make Raw great again.
Desmond Xavier as well.
He should come back with a MAGA gimmick. Just smiling Bobby Lashley with a MAGA
With
hat.
an Umaga gimmick or a Maga gimmick?
Oh man, how about this? A combination of both. He's got the face paint, but he's also wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat.
Yeah, it's like red, white, and blue Umaga face paint, but it's like, yeah.
Fuck yeah! And you can tell everybody how he wants to make the WWE Championship great again. And he's gonna build a wall around the competition.
I'm going to sound like such a mark for saying this of who I would take, and it's only because of the shit going on lately in the news. I've studied up on Rosemary more. I would take her, Laurel Van Ness, and I would take Eli Drake.
Could they be a MAGA gimmick?
Why not?
I'm desperate for a Trump supporter gimmick.
Do you remember how big the NWO got at the end with the Wolfpack and all the branches? It would be bigger than that.
Oh my
But
god.
come on.
Yeah, but the Wolfpack thing, and they're like, did they have like the Wolfpack and then they had the Latino branch, or sorry, Latinx? I don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
Yep, bigger than that.
Fucking kill me. Bigger than that, Jesus.
All of it.
Wasn't there another one? Was there a Canadian NWO?
There was
Nah,
a
they never
Canadian,
went that
like,
far.
Shut up,
faction.
shut up, Robbie.
Just Team Canada, I think, with Lance Storm.
Team Kick
Something.
Black Hawk.
Oh,
Elix Skipper.
Canada.
Don't sing that anthem. How dare you?
Axel Jim Duggan was in Team Canada.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, is he Canadian?
Shakespeare.
No, he can't be
I
Canadian.
remember he came to my town on an indie show like right after that happened. It was so weird because he was booked, to be like, come see 80s Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and he gets here and he's got the beard shaved and he's got the Canadian shit all on. Everybody's like, what the hell is this? Because nobody watched it.
What a
the
turncoat.
news-
That's
Way to
just-
make the kids cry, Jim Duggan.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Where's
It's
the
just an
two,
outlaw
mommy,
shot.
mommy? Where's the 2x4? God, what a
Yikes.
shitty thing to do. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Jim Duggan. Calling out those 80s wrestlers. I ain't afraid of shit. Man, they're gonna
You hear
put me-
that, Nikolai Volkov? You're on the list. You're next.
The Can-Am,
Next.
the Can-Am delights are coming for you. I'm not gonna.
Yep.
I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I don't want to end up in fucking YouTube jail as well. It's lonely in jail, boys. Luckily, there's a sexy prison guard who slips me contraband every night. Oh yeah, I slip her something else. You know what I'm talking about. Welcome to Lewdcast.
Has Jeff Jarrett put any kind of statement out? Has anybody seen since this has happened?
Yeah, he put out this on Instagram. He put out these inspirational the basic white girl fucking inspirational
course he
quotes.
did.
He put a bunch of quotes like big things are coming, and he changed his on his Twitter profile. He changed his bio to say several projects coming. So that would be the equivalent to a statement, I would think.
I figured he would just tweet scriptures and Jeff Jarrett inspirational stuff he would do. I don't know.
No, that's Shawn Michaels. God, I don't like Shawn Michaels, man.
I think it's
when
done.
he-
I think they're done though. I think GFW's done, man.
Yeah, I
really
think so
do.
too. I think so too.
I think they have to be.
Well, yeah. At this point, who wants maybe Billy Corgan? He'll be like, let's try this again. Stick to music, Billy. You don't even do that well. So throwing all kinds of. See, this is what happens when you put me in Twitter jail. I hate everyone.
It's okay. It's okay.
I've been picking fights with people I like. Me and Travis are gonna get into it later. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him out for something. He doesn't know what it is. But that's because I don't know what it is. But
That'd be awesome.
I've just been playing Stardew Valley instead of telling people
That's awesome.
telling people to fuck off on Twitter. I just farm. Welcome to Nerdcast, your source for all things nerdy. You guys like my radio voice?
Solid.
Thanks, Travis. God, you guys are dicks this week. Not you, Travis, but the other two who shall remain nameless. I can't even talk anymore. Too much weed.
Yeah, we're
before
gonna
the show.
rename.
I'm just so damn excited Robbie entered over here.
Does anybody
Tick,
else
tick.
have some news? Anybody else have some things of note? Robbie, anything you want to talk about wrestlers that nobody's ever heard of?
Well, I'm gonna give a progress update, lads.
Who?
No.
Who?
The fuck's a
Saying that
progress?
I've been writing this article on Satoru Sayama, and it's been taking me. This is probably my second week of doing it, and it's nearly completed. So I'm excited to bring that out later at some point.
Where you gonna find? Where can you find that fine article?
The Wrestling Observer. No. You can find it at www.kayfabetoday.com.
You ever notice people from the UK still say www?
Well,
It's a weird
some
thing.
people just might get confused.
Maybe it's because people in the UK just have more time. They're more relaxed. I got time
Yeah.
for 3 W's.
The tea's got to boil.
All right. Well, what
The
about
lemon sip.
lemon sip? It's like the most classic beverage on this show. It's also the gayest beverage.
What? Whoa. No, it ain't.
What
He
about
said,
what
"No,
about
it ain't."
what about progress? Did you just want to plug
Oh.
your article? Is that the only reason you
No,
brought him up?
I was going to say this Sunday is Progress's biggest show of the year, live at the Alexandra Palace.
Are you
So
going?
that should be fun. No, I missed ticket sales for everything while I was in America, so I can't do much about it. But,
When did you get back home?
yesterday afternoon.
Look at this guy. Look at this
Top
guy.
worker.
Top worker. He's on the show the very next day. Jet lagged but ready to go.
Flew in, just saw my family for a week. Had a week
Right.
off.
There you go. So anything else, boys, this week? Anything else you want to mention about progress, Robbie?
No, I did read that Sasha Banks is leaving soon.
Good. Maybe she make
Disgruntled.
maybe she can make shitty YouTube raps like her fucking Cash Me Outside counterpart. Every time I see that girl on TV, I have to remind myself she's 14 years old. She's 14 years
Wait,
old.
what? Hold on.
The Cash Me Outside girl is 14 years old. And if you go watch her video on YouTube, it's very, very concerning.
I'm gonna go log on right now.
No, don't go watch it now. You can watch
Well, the
it.
Young Bucks are in the news.
Oh,
There's-
Travis, thank you. Thank you. In one of
My
my
precious
favorite
boys.
stories this week.
Top worker.
Shut the fuck up, Robbie. In
Best
one of
taxi
the
in the
greatest
world.
stories this week, Travis, take it away.
Oh, the Young Bucks were actually hit with a cease and desist letter from WWE for the "suck it" catchphrase they've been using for almost, I don't know, 5 years, 4 years at this point, a while. At first I was like, man, they're just now saying something, but I saw a tweet that I talked about on my stream the other day. It was like someone said, like, that's just Vince. He lets you think you can get past him a little bit, and he cuts your fucking legs off once you think you've made it. And that's so Vince to
Good.
kind of do that. And I thought about that too. I let that say, I was like, yeah, but
How dare the
I'm
Young
going to
Bucks?
do it again. I'm going to do it twice in 1 week. I'm going to point the finger of shame right at you, Young Bucks, for not in 3 years going outside of the box and stop.
There
And
you
let's
go.
cut the shit,
Thank
people. There's
you.
a difference from borrowing from a gimmick and straight up stealing a gimmick. There is
Sing
a
it.
difference.
Sing
And it's
it.
just shame on them for not trying to do anything else besides a 1999 catchphrase. It's on you. They should have known better. They surround themselves with professional people too. That's what I don't get. Nobody could have been in their ear.
Oh, good brother, Travis, preach, my brother.
Especially a lot of former employees for Vince. They could have been like, dude, Vince is going to get this. Like, he's going to get you. Watch, be careful. But nope, but
Robbie,
it's not. Do you think it's not going to kill their career?
Too
I don't
bad.
think.
I'm sorry. I don't.
What?
I'm trying to be your hype man when you really don't need one. That was fun.
I
though.
liked it. I
Thank
really
you,
liked
Drew.
it. Yeah.
I do agree with you though fully. I think the problem I've always had with the Young Bucks is that they just rip off things that were popular before them, and not in a subtle way, not in a with their own kind of twist. They're just fucking marks, and I'm glad that Papa Vince put those little boys in their place. Take that, bitches. The greatest thing though about having a new Twitter account is that now the Young Bucks, I'm not blocked anymore. So I took my first shot today. I'm gonna cherish these because I know I'm gonna get blocked again. Because they're thin-skinned little bitches, but I'm taking my shots. I took a good one today, a great one. I don't remember what it was, but I remember smiling and laughing, so I know it was good.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to kill their careers though. I
No.
just think it's a blow to them because their merchandise.
As much as I
so-
hate them, there's shits in Hot Topic. So you know when there's shits in Hot Topic, you've gone pretty much mainstream, even though I hate that store. How dare it approach?
God, I spent so much money on Hot Topic.
Of course you did. Of course you did. I bet you walked out of there with 13 Bullet Club shirts and a ton of Ed Hardy bullshit.
No, like
flames all up
t-shirts.
on your arms and shit. I raised you better than this.
I got a Becky Lynch t-shirt.
No, you didn't. Shut up.
I also
No, you didn't.
a-
You're such a liar. Oh, I fucking hate you.
got a Becky Lynch shirt, right? And it's currently on the way to you right now.
You did not.
It's
First
the
of all,
last kicker shirt.
Yep.
No, he didn't buy me a shirt. First of all. Second of all, even if he did, I would wear it. And I would shit on it. And then I would
While you're wearing it.
and then I would exactly. And then I would wear it back. I mean, I would mail it back.
And then
I'd shit
well,
it
I
and
asked
put it
about-
back on. That'll teach him a lesson.
Well, then I went in and asked about a Lever Bates t-shirt. And then they just looked at me and went, who?
Well, this is definitely Robbie's last show. Yo, you're not just hurting me. You're hurting Travis. That's Travis's bay as well. How dare you?
I've kind of
Uh-oh.
came out and I found another Dakota Kai from the Mae Young Classic. She's the
Oh yeah, I
my
I
God.
agree.
Good God. Dakota Kai.
You've all turned on me. How dare you? Well,
Well, I'm looking at it as generosity. I'm giving you Leva as
Well,
a show of gentlemanly conduct. Or
I'm
whatever.
just gonna let
That's
this.
not it.
I'm just gonna let this mutiny happen, and while it happens, you guys can listen to some advertising. That's a fair trade.
This is Marking Out.
Hello, it's Brandon,
And Dave.
and we do a weekly pro wrestling podcast called Markin' Out.
And you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and markingout.com.
You guys are awesome.
As always.
And we're back. I've regained control of the podcast. Everybody's been put in their place. Robbie ate ice cream during the break, and it made me want to die. But we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, which for once didn't make me want to die. So that's pretty good. So it's pretty fun. The show kicked off here with, well, I'm going to give you guys, you guys know the drill, the official results, because you desperately need them, because you're on YouTube listening to a wrestling podcast, so of course you didn't watch the show and don't know this already. But I'm going to do it anyway because it kills some time. All right, we had John. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there. I went to a different place. John Cena defeated Jason Jordan at 11 minutes and 50 seconds via pinfall. Sheamus and Cesaro defeated Rhino and Heath Slater at 2 minutes and 15 seconds via pinfall. Drew's trying to light something. There was an Intercontinental title match where champion The Miz defeated Jeff Hardy at 13 minutes and 5 seconds via pinfall. The cunt stain of Raw, Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, and Grand Metalik defeated Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and Noam Dar in 5 minutes
I thought
via
you were going to say
pinfall.
Sasha.
No,
Sorry.
I don't think she was on the show this week. Maybe backstage. No, she was in a match. It's the next one, in fact. It was Emma and Nia Jax who defeated Sasha Cash Me Outside Banks and Alexa Bliss at 8 minutes and 45 seconds via pinfall.
How about that?
And then in a non-title match, champions Ambrose and Rollins defeated Anderson and Gallows at 12:25 via pinfall. And finally, our main event, a steel cage match between Braun Strowman, who defeated The Big Show at 16:59 via pinfall. That was a fun match. I enjoyed that. But we'll get to that. The first opening match. Hey, Raw started off with a match. I wasn't sure I was watching the right show, but it was John Cena versus Jason Jordan, and what I thought was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah.
I thought Jordan finally looked good, and he could actually hang with Cena. My only argument, and this was brought up later after the match when Roman Reigns came out, but it did take Cena forever to beat Jason Jordan, which I understand makes sense in kind of two ways. Builds a storyline with Reigns, and you also build up Jason Jordan at the same time. What'd you guys think of the match?
Enjoyed it.
In-depth analysis. Thanks, Robbie.
I don't really know what it was like. It was nice that Raw opened with a match rather than like a nauseatingly long 20-minute promo.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was good, but it should have been quicker than it should have been over a lot earlier than Yeah,
Well, it was
actually ended up.
11:50. So
Yeah.
I guess so.
I liked it. It reminded me of the Cena U.S. Open Challenge, like just a kind of somewhat random match, and solid and fun to watch.
Well, I thought it built it had a point to it. There was a point, and they tied. What I thought was nice is there was a little consistency where they tied in the promo to what actually happened in the match, which I thought was nice.
I like how Cena's growing his hair out.
That's
His dad.
yeah. That's okay. All right, Robbie. Expert analysis. That's why people come here. Welcome to Haircast, your number one source for hair. I don't know. I thought are we over the son of Kurt Angle thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's over at week 1.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. It's unanimous then.
I like the Trapper Keeper attire. The right time for back to school from with the zebra print. It reminded me of the book I had in high school. It does. Go do it side by side. I don't think it hurt Cena. I think he's way too established for this to do any damage. If anything, it did anything but, it helped Jordan, obviously.
Yeah. Give him a nice little
It's
rub.
not bad. People will forget about this match in 2 weeks anyway.
Oh yeah. If they haven't
Just
already.
where we're at in wrestling.
And then we had what it seems to be a weekly segment, the Roman Reigns calls John Cena a bitch segment. I enjoy it.
I love Roman Reigns.
Called him a
promos
fake
these
ass. He
days.
called him a fake ass bitch this week. Woo! That's like white girl threats right there.
You guys got into the initial promo they had last week with Jay on, and I didn't think, this was pretty much the same thing. If anything, Roman got a little bit more here, and he didn't forget his fucking line for one this week.
Yeah, Cena didn't have a chance to eat him alive, so he didn't.
Yeah, I in my heart of hearts, I know that Reigns is winning. The way that they're letting him just get eaten alive because it's all scripted, Reigns is going over at No Mercy. I'm calling it now.
Yeah,
I think I don't know.
unless they do a best of 3.
I wouldn't mind that, but I can see there being some sort of like screwy finish to it.
I think so too. I agree. I think so too.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know as far as the winner, like as far as who will win, but I can just tell that because they know that this is too good to have like settled and done at No Mercy. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's going to be fun.
It's baffling how, if this really is the heir apparent, quote unquote, to Cena, why the fuck are they, especially if it's all scripted, this weekend, last week, why are they just setting him up for failure? It's like, unless the only thing I can think is this is a heel turn route. That's the only way to redeem this man at this point, I think.
Well, my favorite thing about this whole thing is that they're using the guy that they want to use for the future to build up the guy that's on his way out. Cena's finally a face. They finally got him over. There's mostly cheers for him now when they're interacting, at least. I mean, you got the John Cena sucks chant, but that's just fun to chant.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is fourth wall, smart fan bullshit in these promos, but there's enough in there for casual fans, I think, to feel like, damn, Cena's fucking right. Roman does suck. You know what I mean? And that's...
Yeah.
I don't get why they're booking Roman like that, unless it's the heel route, like I said.
Yeah, that would make sense. I'd be okay with that, but I just don't know. I just don't think they care anymore. It's just about getting a reaction. Drew, who do you see going over here?
Well, it is the question whether this is like the one blow off match or they're going to have multiple matches, and that really says who will probably win here. But shit, I guess Cena.
Oh,
maybe. Yeah.
Oh. Cena. I think Cena under like questionable circumstances.
Yeah, because I think it'll be maybe a little bit of an extended program.
I hope so. They've always had good matches together, so
Survivor Series, maybe.
I can almost see someone interfering and then they completely focus away from this rivalry for a while.
Yeah, that could work too.
You can see Joe coming back a little bit early from injury, maybe. Joe being the guy that calls Cena. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe if Cena is on borrowed time, like he's going away, is rumored, and he's supposed to come back to SmackDown months from now, whatever. Joe comes back, and that's kind of like Roman and Cena. They never got the blow off, so that match is hanging. So you still have that money match there, and that provides another feud with Joe and Cena.
Well, imagine if you put Joe and Cena.
Joe and Cena.
Yeah. Well, would you imagine if you put Joe and Cena together, and then Joe just fucks Cena up completely, and that's how they write him off TV?
And that's how that's beautiful.
That would be
awesome. And then the matches they would have when he comes back, that'll be. Yeah. Joe and Cena will have some fantastic matches.
Because Cena could come back as fired up, pissed off Cena. That's the best Cena. Am I humble but
That's
right?
my Cena.
That's
serious Cena. More times than
Fuck
not,
off.
better than silly black preacher Cena.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Travis? I was busy telling Drew to fuck off.
I was just saying, silly Cena's dumb.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of silly Cena at all.
Bye, Cena.
Then we had a wonderful tag team match. Lasted all of 2 minutes. Sheamus and Cesaro versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Not much to say. It lasted 2 minutes. It was a tag team match. Huzzah.
So his music says he's a one-man band, but he's a two-man band.
He is?
There's no credit. Rhino.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about Rhino. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. That's how relevant they are.
Veterans
What a
are often forgotten about.
I wish they
True.
were. I wish they were still on SmackDown. That was good times when they were on SmackDown. They just
Really was.
they don't do anything with them on Raw. It's a
They've done nothing
No.
with them since then.
sweet fuck all. But something they did do something with was this IC title match between The Miz and Jeff Hardy. I thought this was a great match. I thought these guys had surprising chemistry. I wasn't expecting much, to be honest with you guys. I thought it was pretty damn good, top to bottom. Jeff can still go as a singles, because if you look at Matt, he's kind of slowed down. Like when he runs, it's kind of don't stop running so much. It hurts.
Flat-footed.
Yeah, it hurts me to very flat. The definition of. But Jeff can still go, and I thought this was a really fun match, especially for a Monday Night Raw nice IC title match. And I was fully expecting Jeff to win, so seeing The Miz retain was pretty special. I don't know why I said it like that. What did you guys think? Don't all talk at once now, boys. Jesus
I thought it was-
Christ.
Pretty special.
Yeah, it's so
No.
special.
That was good for the Miz. I thought they were really going to do it with Hardy too
Yes.
for merchandise sales and stuff.
Yes. I mean, do you guys see this going forward, or was
Yeah.
this a one and done?
Yeah, because I think everything in this this area of the card, like the mid card, that title, I think they have to go extended programs every time.
I think they're
Just
trusting Jeff Hardy now more. He's proving himself that he's cleaned up Zach too. I think they're giving.
I think that's
Yeah.
that's what this I think we can all agree he's going to get the strap. So I think this is just a way to see if he can handle, a title.
Yeah, end game from this. I think if they have a program, Hardy is an established singles guy again in the new current era for him.
Yeah, I could see that. WWE's always had more interest in Jeff than Matt anyway.
But with the GFW shit, like we were talking about, like you never know what's going to happen now with the broken stuff up in the air again for the 50,000th time this year. When is it coming? So
Well, if it does come back, because it looks now like it might more than ever. Do you guys keep Jeff? Do you include him right away, or do you send Jeff off to, like, let's say SmackDown, and you keep Matt on Raw?
split them up, put
Yeah.
Jeff on SmackDown.
So nowhere near the broken. We're no Brother Nero.
Maybe you could do that. That is what would make it special. The joint pay-per-views every now and then. Maybe a Survivor Series they team up. Then he does a Brother Nero gimmick. Maybe how Finn Balor does. But if they do it every week, it's going to lose its luster. So I'd put Jeff on SmackDown as the old friendly face paint singles guy again. You know what I mean?
Can and the fact, I just don't have the faith. Do we actually think if they do get the broken gimmick that WWE is going to be able to handle that?
No. I think
Yeah.
they're going to. I think Matt's going to be given a lot of creative things at first, and then I think backstage, like it always happens when young guys that aren't as established give that little bit of freedom. They butt heads with an agent or booking backstage, and then it just becomes WWE's, and then it stagnates.
Yep. And
They've
the
given
one
us no other reason but to think that, really.
and the great thing about the original piece was almost the fact that a company was struggling and that was their last resort, and it was kind of hokey and kind of done under budget, and WWE's not going to do that. Like, it won't have that desire to do something with it.
They should
You know,
just.
if I think about it honestly, Drew, I might actually keep Hardy on Raw and put Matt on SmackDown, because I would
Yeah.
rather. Seems the guys are given more on SmackDown with guys like Road Dogg writing than Raw the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea, actually. But the only thing is Raw would maybe have more time to dedicate to it, since it's a 3-hour show. Now, would they?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
I mean, the stuff they're doing with the Fashion Police, they're getting a lot of time. Also, I think Raw has enough top guys with maybe Matt they would be needed on SmackDown. It's the broken.
that's true. That's a good.
Well,
It'd be
and then-
exciting though. Whatever they do, I'm ready
Yeah.
for it.
But if
Everyone's
they
ready.
do it, they need Rebby. They need
I
to
agree.
bring Rebby in.
Even the baby.
Yeah, bring them all. King Maxwell, whatever the other one's name is, bring them all.
Right.
Then we go backstage. This is great. This is in the review, so this isn't me. I'm giving full credit here to 411 Mania. He goes, Kurt Angle is on the phone checking on other possible illegitimate children. Then Nia Jax arrives, and then they say they all want the belt. I couldn't care less. Although I like Nia Jax, I hope she kills everyone. That would be great. Then we get highlights, well, for the first of many times, of Braun Strowman in the Big Show, the last time they faced when they destroyed the ring. Shout out to referee John Cone for taking the best bump in the history of ref bumps.
Oh, man, he flew out of there.
Jesus Christ, he ate shit.
I remember having to edit in an old Slam Pigs episode that fall of his in slow motion. That was great.
Oh, that's hard to watch. And then we had Enzo doing his... This was the low point of Raw. They need to stop giving him a mic. Or give him a mic so that the idiots in the crowd are happy for what they...
Just give him less time. Stop giving him 10 fucking minutes.
Yes, exactly. I apologize to people in the crowd. You're not all idiots. That was mean of me. I apologize. It led to your usual, let's throw all the cruiserweights on TV at once so no one can care all at once. Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and Noam Dar versus Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, and Grand Metalik. I actually watched this match. It was all right, but I'm not a fan of six-man tags. Well established here on the show. Everybody gets lost. There's nobody that
not when it's every week.
Exactly. And that's for the past couple of weeks on Raw for the Cruiserweight. They've just thrown a bunch of them together in a match.
It's exactly what the WCW Cruiserweights division became. It just became six mans every week and everybody stopped caring.
Right. Yeah. That's what this has been. That's what the Cruiserweight division's been pretty much from the get-go. So, it's sad. A lot of talent being wasted, unfortunately.
I'd love to see some more stipulations of the Cruiserweights.
What do you mean?
Other than just singles and tag matches. Can you imagine if one week they had a steel cage match? I know it'd take away the point of it, but...
They had a no-holds-barred match on 205 Live last week with Gallagher and Kendrick. The problem is, it was on 205 Live and nobody watched it.
Gallagher and Kendrick, they're still feuding?
It was a decent match, though. I'm not a big fan of Kendrick, but that was a decent match.
Huh. Decent matches on 205 Live. Raving review. Then we get Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks backstage playing mind games with each other. Blah, blah, blah. Women drama. Then Finn Balor talks, but his lack of charisma almost put me into a coma, so I went and made a sandwich. It's so, this Bray Wyatt, who cares? I don't care. Does anybody care? Robbie, do you care?
No, I remember being one of the first to always stick up for him and say, "Oh wait, no, he had a good week." But I'm really over him now.
Yeah, same here.
Really over him.
Yeah. Look, did you hear that in his voice? That contempt. That's some serious business from Mr. Radford right there.
I'm so over him.
All right, so we're gonna move right along here. Little train, little Kayfabe Today train here keeps on chugging. We have Emma and Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. I hate this. I hate Emma's 12-year-old who cares about social media too much gimmick. Yeah. I don't. They ruined her. Her entrance doesn't her moves in the entrance works. She's still stuck with her old theme song. Her new theme song sucks. Everything's horrible. Nia Jax is awesome, but she needs to be more dominant. They make her look like a bitch every single week. Sasha Banks is annoying, and I hope she does leave because she's overrated as fuck. And Alexa Bliss is good, but when you got nothing to work with, who cares? That's my opinion on all four women. There you go.
I think we're going to get an influx of a bunch of ladies from the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant female fans. I was like, really? You think so? But no, you mean the talent.
It's not Total Bellas. Oh.
Oh, God.
I look at Nia Jax, and I know this is where you and I totally disagree. I look at Nia Jax every week, and I don't see her getting better. And I wonder why she's on my television and someone like Piper Niven in a Mae Young Classic is not, who's just as big and is 10 times better in the ring than Nia Jax.
What's that big German broad's name? I always forget.
Jazzy Gabber.
Jazzy Gabber.
She needs to be on there. She looks like someone who would fuck me up. You know, if I grabbed her butt in the bar, her ass in the bar, I was like, "Hey, big mama."
I think there's more chance of her grabbing yours.
Really? Oh wow.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Does she like skinny nerdy boys?
No, but I'm just picturing.
I got a lady, but I think I could work my way around to get that German broad involved somehow.
There's a picture of her when she used to be a security guard, and She is terrifying.
I love her, dude. I fell in love with the Canadian rugby team during the Olympics. Not the men, just the women. For some reason, I really
All of them?
enjoyed every single one. Number 13 in particular. Number 13, if you're listening, I love you. You were the best. You knocked out so many bitches from Brazil. I loved it. Dude,
And what did they do? They made Jazzy Gabbert lose in the first
round.
round.
I know. We discussed it last week on the show.
Look at
What a waste.
yeah.
I'm so pissed. Fuck this company. I don't even care about this podcast anymore. I want my big German. Until they give me my big German broad, I hate the WWE. Cancel the WWE network.
That whole tournament has been nothing but a vehicle for that shitty 4 horsewomen angle that nobody is going to care about in the end.
Everybody just wants Ronda. Although I would love for it to be a shoot to watch Becky Lynch get her head fucking caved in.
Oh, I would like that. I love the idea of that match happening at one point.
I would like that too, actually.
It's fine.
But what I can see happening, which would be really annoying, is that they'll do that thing where the WWE always wins, and Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch will get like a submission pin on like Ronda Rousey, and you just be thinking, this had never happened.
I don't know. Big Show didn't beat Mayweather.
That's true. And I think Ronda's big enough that they'd give her the win.
Well, I can see Vince being like, well, she lost her last fight, pal.
Who'd she beat
She can lose
recently?
another.
Who'd she ever beat, pal?
She beat Stephanie.
I beat Ted Turner. Who'd she ever beat, pal? I bet Vince still thinks about that. He calls Linda on the phone sometimes. Hey, Linda. It's Vince. Remember when I took down Ted Turner? Motherfucker had CNN.
And then he just said, I love you. And then he just hangs up.
No, Vince doesn't tell anybody he loves them. Are you insane?
Tells Linda. He has to kiss Linda's ass, of all people.
Yeah, probably for all the times he admitted to cheating on her in public. What a guy, man. He's still with her. What a guy. Vince could shit in your plate and tell you it's a fucking sausage. Oh, yeah, eat it, pal. It's great. Like, you saw him shit in your plate, and you would still eat it. That's how convincing that man is.
He's like, well,
Probably enjoy it, too.
but Vince McMahon and Bill Clinton are good mates.
This is how JR kept his job, pal. No, Bill Clinton. No, it's Donald. He's friends with Daddy. Papa Vince is friends with Daddy.
See, did Bill cheat on his wife as well?
Linda McMahon's like the head of the
Yeah,
small
he was-
businesses in
Yeah, I know.
US.
MAGA. That's dude.
MAGA.
If I was president, Vince would be my vice president, and I'd give him the fucking codes.
Just creative control over America.
Look at all these fucking marks. Like he would look at South Korea, a bunch of fucking marks. Never drew a dime in that territory. Just nuke them. There's no problem anymore. Put Papa Vince, then make Uncle Paul do something.
North Korea never drew a dime.
Yeah, exactly. Get them the fuck off the map. They never drew a dime.
This is looking at Kim Jong Un going, Kim Jong Il just going, is that Tajiri?
Oh no.
North Koreans aren't big enough now.
Is that Tajiri? Never drew a dime, Tajiri. That's how
Is
Vince.
that Funaki?
That's how Vince would govern states. He would just look at the state, and if they never drew a dime, he'd just cut all funding. It's dead weight. That's the pyro.
He's looking at Memphis like, fuck Memphis.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's
Fucking
get.
Lawler.
I don't know what happened. We all fell down the same rabbit hole together. I don't know if we can ever get it back. But I mean, while we were down there, Renee Young interviewed Braun Strowman, and he promised destruction. Get it? Because he's big. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Then Rollins and Ambrose, they run into the Drifter backstage, and they walk by.
Yeah.
That was exciting. And then Cesaro and Sheamus arrive and have a few words with Anderson and Gallows. And this led to a match between the champions. Ambrose
God, I'm
and
so
Rollins.
done with Anderson and Gallows.
Well, yeah, there you go. And Anderson and Gallows. They've been dead ever since they got broken up from. They had like that brief moment in the sun where they debuted, and then after that it was it was pretty much all downhill. I guess they had to beat up John Cena a bit with AJ. That was they were a part of that. But after that,
That was the last hurrah. For them,
well, no, they
pretty
did
much.
win the titles. I think they kept it for like
but
2
that
3
was
weeks.
lackluster.
Lackluster. Yeah, you're being polite, but yeah. No, I'm over this crap too. Unfortunately, I mean, they should just go to Chad Too Bad and Tex Ferguson. Honestly, at this point.
Oh yeah.
Why not? People would love it. I would. That's all I care about.
We've got to see at least one character from that show.
Well, we
pop up
did.
in something.
Pelvis Wesley.
Well, besides that, like an actual like competitor, I guess.
I want
like those
Cena.
two
I want
tag-
Cena to come out and do commentary.
Oh my God, forget about it.
Imagine, like maybe like on that Christmas Raw.
Jericho.
Oh,
Too.
you guys want to talk about the Christmas Raw real quick? Forgot to mention it. In the news. I don't get why
Christmas
people are
and New
so
Year.
angry. I've worked on Christmas Day a bunch of times. Nobody put out an online petition for me. I
For
get
a
it.
fraction of what a WWE
Yeah.
superstar makes.
Exactly.
Not even a
Right.
fraction.
Traditionally, in back in the days of territories, except North Korea because they never drew a dime. But in territories, Christmas Day was a huge day for wrestling. You open your presents, you have a nice meal, and then you go watch some dudes in their underwear beat the shit out of each other. I can't think of a thing that screams
also,
Christmas more than that.
I love it.
As I said, also people are remembering it. Wasn't it the USA Network that actually
Yeah.
demanded it rather than? Yeah. So
It's not really a WWE
And
issue
plus,
here.
I would love to see someone like Roman Reigns, all boo-boo-eyed, walking over to Ric Flair, who just got off his deathbed, telling him he doesn't want to work Christmas Day, when Flair would work a double shot on Christmas Day every year back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, Roman Reigns, and all you guys that are bitching about it. Go and make your goddamn money.
Yeah, go to GFW. Oh, wait. You can't, can you? Shut the fuck up. Dude,
And
if I-
everybody that's coming out and fucking... Because I put a tweet out and people were running me through the coals and shit about what I said about why is everyone making a big deal out of this. You know what? You're the same motherfuckers that's going to see Wrestling Zone on Christmas Day.
Well, there's the
when your
same
family's
people.
there and you're bored, and you're going to watch it. You're
The
gonna
same people that
fucking
are
watch it.
the same people that are complaining are going to buy tickets if it's in their town.
Yeah.
I guarantee
And
you.
You're going to go see Star Wars on Christmas Day when it comes out and all that shit. And you're going to go get gasoline at a place where someone has to work as a clerk.
Yeah, exactly. Did you pump your gas on Christmas Day? Sir. So relax. I even put out a tweet, don't go buy the tickets, but you know what? You should buy the tickets. It's not even WWE's call. So why is everybody
Most of
mad
those
at
guys
them?
on the roster, they're probably relieved because they're probably doing the runaround on their wives and they're relieved not to go.
Exactly. They get to spend
Oh,
Christmas
hell
with
yeah.
they get to spend Christmas with their girlfriends instead
There
of
you
their
go.
wife and their kids. Nice relaxed Christmas. That little shit's running around.
A classy way for me to generalize the business.
What a good man. No, I like that. That was accurate.
Kind of is.
We got Enzo's. We went. I don't even want. Fuck Enzo. I don't want to talk about Enzo. Renee Young interviews the Big Show, and he talks about how big he is and how long he's been in the business. That was entertaining. And that leads us right to the main event because I skipped a bunch of crap we don't care about. All right, so the steel cage match: Braun Strowman versus the Big Show. One thing I'll say right off the bat because I put out the tweet, and I put it out a little bit too early. I said the cage match. I enjoyed the cage match, but I kept waiting for something big, I guess, to happen. And then right after I put that out, Braun Strowman threw the Big Show through the cage. Thought that was a pretty cool little spot. Big Show's a big dude. I mean, we've seen it before, but it's been a while. And I thought the match was all right for a couple of big lads. It's all right.
Since his debut, when he came in. And if this is his swan song, it's a fitting way for him to go out, the way he came in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
point.
that's true. Yeah,
absolutely.
didn't he rip off the side of the cage in a Stone Cold match with Vince?
Yeah, he threw Austin through it. Like
Yeah,
the same.
that's it. Yeah, Paul White. That's when it was Paul
Yep.
White. It's Paul White, King. It's Paul White. I'm like, who the fuck is Paul White?
Yeah.
Like, that's the Giant.
Do you remember? I remember the rumors back then when I was like a teenager, and the rumor his name was going to be like Big Titan. So thank God it wasn't
Oh my
that.
God. They should have called him Titan Towers.
Titan Tower.
Or just get a guy named Titan, call Big Show Titan, and then for the sake of argument, just put him with Strowman, call him Tower, and have him called the Titan Towers. There you go.
Oh, the Twin Towers.
No, they would fall.
They already had that with Big Boss Man and Akeem. They did the Twin Towers.
There you go.
Skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers.
Is it sad that I know they did the Skyscrapers tag team too with Dan
Absolutely. Dan Spivey.
We've already established
Yep.
that you're wrestling Rain Man, so I don't think that's too bad.
Oh.
Well, that was Monday Night Raw, boys. We didn't make
Yeah.
it sound like a very good show, but it was pretty good this week. I thought it was decent, pretty much top to bottom. Enzo was the low point. The women, just because they're a thrown together mess, which obviously I didn't mention it, but it's obviously leading to a fatal 4-way at No Mercy. So there's that. Yay. I wish I could care about the women's division, but I don't. So, oh well. It's good to take a piss. I drink a lot of tea and coffee. So the women's matches are a good time for me to, do that. That or the cruiserweights. See, so I'm not sexist. Whatever happens to be on. But yeah, that was Raw. What'd you guys think? Decent show? Better than normal?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I thought it was a good show. I think that match that Strowman and Big Show had, I think it's the top 3 big man matches they've ever had in that company. It was a really good match. It told a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That was a great match. I thought the Intercontinental title match with The Miz and Jeff Hardy as well was a really fun match. So, yeah, good match. And
You had a good title match and a good main event. I mean,
and a decent opener.
Good
and
promo. Cena and Roman.
Well, yeah, and I mean the show started with a match, so you had a decent match to kick it off, followed by a pretty good promo with an angle that's really hot right now. So yeah, this was pretty good.
it was a good Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we so grumpy, boys? It was a good Monday Night Raw. So we're gonna jump on the happy train. We're all gonna give each other hugs and kisses. So while we do that gay shit, here I'm doing it on purpose because that's what I got banned off Twitter for. So I'm gonna say it a lot on this episode, and I'm gonna post this episode on Twitter a bunch of times. How dare they silence me? Silence me again, I'll just come back. Fuckers. Fuck you, Jack. So yeah, here, listen to some advertising.
If you're not tuned in to the Shining Wizards, listen to what some of our fans have to say about the show.
You guys suck. You suck, you suck, you suck. You suck, you suck, you suck. You guys suck, 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 suck.
Tune in live every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. East, rantmradio.com. It's the Shining Wizards, where it's wrestling talk and talk about wrestling.
And we're back. We're down one man. Travis is still recovering from his surgery last week. Tried to play hurt, but I had to throw up the arms, threw up the X. He was hurt. So we need to
X don't give it to you.
Okay. And nice dated reference. I like it. So I threw up the X, and the surgical medical staff is checking him out now. He'll be fine. He ain't no pussy. But but Robbie.
Oh shit! He's coming back to the ring. My God!
Imagine he does that. It's all work. He just doesn't like us.
It's like 5 minutes later, you just hear his theme tune it again.
No, you know why? It's because you've been eating this entire time, Robbie. You finally pissed him off. He's like, "Fuck these guys," and he left. He's never going to be on the show again because of you.
Well, looks like we're going to have to get Danny again.
Oh, God, kill me.
I'm out.
Yeah, well, Drew's gone.
The whole website's just like 404 not found.
Oh, no, my poor channel. But, Robbie and Drew obviously are still here with me. We're going to talk about SmackDown. Robbie, did you watch SmackDown this week?
Yes.
Wow. Doing your homework. I like it. What about you, Drew? Did you watch SmackDown?
Most of it, yeah.
Good enough. Who cares? Yeah. Who cares? I half watched it. I was playing an iPhone game at the same time. All right, but our distractions and ADD aside, we're going to get into your official SmackDown Live results. In a non-title match, champion Natalya defeated Carmella at 6 minutes and 10 seconds via pinfall. Aiden English defeated Sami Zayn in 1 minute and 10 seconds via pinfall. Baron Corbin defeated Ty Dillinger in 7 minutes and 25 seconds via pinfall. In the number one contenders match, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Randy Orton at 13:33 via pinfall to become your new number one contender. Yeah. So Tom Phillips, right off the top of the show, explains that JBL is gone from commentary. He's going to pursue some gay shit. I don't know what it is. Who cares?
It's a big shame, big loss.
I was actually sad. I like JBL, but
I'm just gonna miss hearing ball game.
But he's being replaced by Corey Graves, which means Corey Graves and Byron Saxton are back together. I didn't realize it till the show was half done, and it just kind of clicked at 1 second because Saxton said something stupid as usual, and then Corey Graves put him in his place, and I'm like, oh shit, this is a thing again. Because I was so sad when they broke up in the draft, but now they're back together, and it's like watching your favorite TV couple come back together after they had that season where they broke up. It's like Dawson's Creek WWE edition.
I love it.
I don't want to wait. And,
There it is.
yeah, you know I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. I had a girlfriend who used to watch that shit. I've watched more Dawson's Creek than I ever cared to. That and the L Word. I watch a lot of L Word.
The L Word?
Yeah.
The Canadian or something?
No, I don't think it's Canadian. Is the L Word Canadian? No, the L Word's not Canadian.
Oh.
Stupid.
Stupid.
I think it was on Showtime. Yeah, Showtime. That's not. But who the hell watches Showtime? Lesbians and faggots. That's who. Oh yeah, and bi girls too. Probably the transgender. I'm the whole fucking rainbow. Okay, get off my back. I just triggered myself to a fictional social justice warrior that doesn't exist. Okay, Orton cuts a backstage promo, but who cares? Because it's Randy Orton, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. All right, Ellsworth and Carmella, they're in the ring, but before they can say anything, Kevin Owens interrupts, which is beautiful. Owens claims that he is the ref for Carmella's match, which I wish he was. Look, this was what bothered me. All right, boys, I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm a little bit perturbed, if you will. All right, I'm going to shoot from the hip with you right now. I'm being real. I'm getting tired of Kevin Owens' treatment, boys. Here he is, going out of his way to do a job he's not signed to do. A little overtime, if you will. And Shane McMahon wants to scold him? Despicable. Where is the respect of the employee? Absolutely non-existent on SmackDown. Stephanie would have given him a bonus.
Yeah.
What do you think, Robbie?
I don't know. I like the feud, but at the same time, I'm just a bit like...
No, it's compelling, Robbie. It's good.
Just having to stoop low for the, during the promos.
Dude, Owens said his family would be better off if he died in the helicopter crash.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
some good shit. You know I mean it because I got really high pitched there.
Shane McMahon's lack of neck was really creepy.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, are you not amped up for this, Robbie? Are you not interested?
No, but it's like Shane McMahon, AJ Styles, in that I don't really like.
Yeah,
the
and look how
build-up.
good that turned out to be.
Yeah, in that I don't really like the build-up, but I know that the match itself is going to be.
So I'm enjoying
pretty
the
good.
build-up. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the match as much as I did, but I'm preferring this build-up because there's been some reality jabs. You gotta love reality.
So is it going to be Hell to Sell?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. I was just guessing.
Shane McMahon's.
I wonder how long Shane's suspended for.
Well, we're gonna find out next week, but we'll get to that later.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, before we even get there, we're kind of blowing over this segment here. Owens mentions Shane's kids twice, which you just don't do. And Shane attacked him, proving he has absolutely no capacity to lead. He's not a leader. You don't attack the people you're supposed to lead. And Kevin Owens has more than a right to sue, and I hope he does. I hope he takes everything. It was funny how he had to be helped backstage because of Shane McMahon. I was like, really, Kevin?
Those weak punches.
God.
They were really bad.
They were really bad. Shane's not the best. The only person worse in WWE is that. Oh, what's that girl from NXT? I really don't like. Peyton Royce. Is that it?
Yeah.
Her work punches are garbage. Even I'm better. Okay, so we go backstage now, and Owens is being helped, and Bryan apologized to him, saying that Shane was way out of line. Owens says to enjoy his job while he has it, because he will sue Shane. So good, he's going to sue Shane. WWE...
Big Shane.
And he's going to sue... Not only is he going to sue Shane, Robbie, not only is he going to sue WWE, Drew, but he's going to sue every single member of the McMahon family, and he's going to take the show and WWE down. And then he threatens criminal charges against Shane O'Mac. So we're getting serious here. We're going to end up in Judge Judy here, boys. You do not want to be. You do not want to be in Judge Judy's court. And you do not want to watch a WWE Women's Division match, a non-title match between champion Natalya and Carmella.
Nope.
I like the ending of that.
The ending where what was the ending?
Ellsworth dropped through the casing.
Yes, and then Carmella waved off. Yeah, that was all right. I mean, I like the part afterwards where she says that Ellsworth is a sorry excuse for a human being and basically breaks up with him. Right? Saying his mother should have given him away at birth. That was pretty rough. That was very mean girls of her.
Poster child for birth control.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, Drew. Settle down now.
Thank you.
Shooting from the hip.
Then we have Dolph Ziggler, who is kind of playing wrestler entrance karaoke. He does his original gimmick, which is the wiggle my hips. Then he does.
So he's Jay Lethal 10 years too late.
Yeah, pretty much. Then he does John Cena's entrance. But then he says he has something better, and he comes out to Randy Savage's entrance, which is blasphemy, and then finally comes out as Naomi. Dance moves weren't as convincing. But I like that he told the crowd that they all make him sick. I like that. I like this new I don't give a fuck Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's different.
It is.
Something different.
And at least
it's edgy.
It's very edgy. Dolph is a very edgy dude.
He's such a dweeb.
He is a fucking dweeb. He's a guy I'd like to punch in the face. I bet he's a guy in high school he would beat me up. Like if we were in the same school, he would beat me up. But then when the teachers were around or any authority figure was around, he'd be your best friend, like a snake. He'd be a dick and a snake. He'd be a snaky dick. I'm glad I brought that to its natural evolution. God. Up next we had
snaky dick.
I think that's going to be the name of this episode. The snaky dick. Yeah. Up next we had Aiden English versus Sami Zayn.
What is going on here, lads?
Robbie got really English there all of a sudden. I don't know.
No, I hate this. Why are they doing this to Sami Zayn?
Because Vince thinks he's a leprechaun. He thinks he's a bigger version of Hornswoggle.
It makes me sick.
Look at his red hair. He's a genetic freak, pal. Make him a jobber. What is that, Hornswoggle? I didn't know we hired him again. Look at his stupid hat.
Hornswoggle's a legend of the British indie scene.
I bet he is. And that tells you everything that's wrong with the UK British scene. This match was like 2 minutes. There's really nothing much to say. And in English won, which was surprising. And I don't know what's going on with Sami Zayn. It's a shame. New Day arrives backstage with Daniel Bryan. The Usos arrive afterwards to determine the stipulation for the show. For the tag team title match next week, which is going to be a Sin City street fight. I don't know if that's different than a regular street fight.
Right.
But, yeah. It's, Robbie.
It is so much more sinful.
It is. Maybe it's going to be more violent, Drew. Do you think there's going to be a lot of violence?
No.
Brown panties.
Brown. I like how he unmuted his mic just to say that. What a top worker. Always willing to get his jokes in. He's got to get his shit in, pal. Drew, this led us to Daniel Bryan talking, basically calling out Shane and saying that he's suspended because he got a phone call from Vince McMahon, who not only suspended Shane for an indefinite period of time, a la Jeff Jarrett, art imitating life there, Vince McMahon will be live on SmackDown next week.
That's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that.
I like how they are taking the opportunity while they're in Vegas to kind of give SmackDown something quote-unquote special, with all the... And like you said, it's like a Sin City street fight, which is absolutely nothing different and probably less good than any other street fight.
They'll probably throw poker chips at each other or some shit.
Right,
like,
yeah.
They do for Halloween, where they have like jack-o'-lanterns and like really shitty decorations.
Right.
And someone gets a sheet thrown on top of them. And...
yeah. But they're giving it the whole Vegas treatment, and Vince is going to be there. It just makes it feel like, hey, this show's going to be special.
Well, that's
somehow.
The thing I was going to say. Yeah, I agree with you, and it's cool that they're doing it on SmackDown and not just, overloading Raw like they normally do. So they're giving something to SmackDown, which is cool. And I think Vince, regardless of what anybody wants to say, Vince is still a draw.
Yep.
I'm expecting...
I want to see it.
I'll watch live next week, probably. Well, maybe not. Who knows?
I'm excited for it.
Thank you, Robbie. Just gave-
It's like he just opened the door to the room we're in and said, "I agree."
Yeah, he's like that creepy dude who's listening at the door with a cup to his ear. I think so too.
My Fina.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you think Vince is going to do next week? You think he's going to announce another brand split or something of the sort?
Well, something with Shane, right?
Yeah. I don't know. You think he'll fire Shane?
I don't know. Would we have heard of Shane getting ready to leave beforehand? Like,
I didn't hear anything, but I'm not exact. Since my Twitter account got banned, I don't even know what day we are.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure where they're going with this. I mean, you got to go towards Owens Shane match.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. Like the end goal is here. But do you think Owens catches a little shit from Vince? Because he did mention his grandkids.
Nah.
Vince, he didn't mention Shane or Stephanie, so Stephanie. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit about Shane.
I mean, it's I think it's pretty much going to come down to those two. Hell in a Cell. Shane loses. He loses control.
They give it to Owens, and they turn it into the Kevin Owens show.
Now, I would be all for that, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too, but it would be fun.
Right.
Actually, this is a fun little stat that they included here. Nice little tidbit by 411 Mania once again. That's 2 plugs in one show. Damn it, they owe me money now. In 70 minutes of wrestling, there was 7 minutes and 20 seconds of actual wrestling.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
They.
And there was no fashion files this week, so it's not like they gave that a bunch of time either. That's weird.
Seemed to go smoothly though. I mean,
it was a good show. I mean, it flowed really well. The Owens stuff took out. What is he doing?
What?
Your mic was making all kinds of horrible noises.
What?
Hey, what? What? Sounds like Oliver Twist. Please, sir.
I'm not doing nothing.
Please, sir, I want some more.
I'm stood outside my house for no reason.
Oh, that's what. Robbie, behave. Behave, Robbie.
Stargazing.
Yeah, stargaze. I bet you don't even need to look up to the sky to see stars.
Nope.
So we get our weekly xenophobia promo by Jinder Mahal. Actually, he didn't mention it this week, which was nice. But he said that he's beaten both Randy Orton and Nakamura already, and he represents Asia better than Nakamura ever could. He's the greatest WWE champion of all time, and he will be watching tonight's main event very, very closely. And then Mahal speaks to his people in his godforsaken made-up language. I'm sure that didn't offend him. In Canadian, he spoke Canadian. Relax, guys. I can say that. I am Canadian. Easy now, boys. What did you think I meant? Easy, boys. Then we had a match between Baron Corbin and Ty Dillinger for the 6 people on the planet that might give a shit.
I enjoyed it.
No, I did.
It was kind of good.
I like Corbin, and I like Ty Dillinger. I like Ty Dillinger's entrance more than Ty Dillinger himself.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
That music is really catchy. It gets you fucking pumped up, and I just like the way he does the 10 and spins in a circle. I don't think I could do it that well, so I'm impressed by it. So what did you think of the match, Robbie? Say something. Somebody, please.
I really, to be fair, Ty Dillinger's a guy.
I miss Travis.
No, I think Ty Dillinger's a guy that I can easily get behind, but I know that he's got no legs on him. You know, he's never going to be top guy.
Probably not top guy, but I think he could be a solid mid-carder.
He could be US champion. Yeah. But I also... You know, but the same with Corbin, that I don't really care about Corbin now he lost his push for the reason that he did. I get where the talk of he lost his push comes from, but at the same time he's inserted right into the U.S. title picture. I don't really see that as I mean, he's never won a title in WWE.
What was the talk about him losing his push?
Because of the money.
What he said.
Because he dropped the Money in the Bank in like the most ridiculous way yet. It was worse than Sandow's. So,
Yeah, and they said it's for a reason, but I can't quite remember the reason.
It was a promo with John Cena where Cena kind of went off
yeah,
script
yeah.
and he got fucking destroyed. That's where it
That's right.
started, and then the Marks put that and him dropping the Money in the Bank together, and it was like, he's being buried, but he's being inserted into a title picture, so I don't really see how that's being buried, but...
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff's overblown. Sometimes it just
definitely
shit happens.
They booked themselves into something that they didn't count on. Maybe like they thought Corbin was better than he was. He dropped the Money in the Bank, and he's going for a lower grade title, getting experience.
Right.
Oh my God, he'll get into a feud with AJ Styles. That's going to be terrible for his career. Like, what? Where's your logic? So the Corbin defeated Ty Dillinger. It was a pretty good match. Yeah, it was decent enough. I thought Corbin looked pretty good. Not Corbin, sorry. Corbin looked good, but I thought Dillinger especially looked good in the match. And then backstage...
He didn't lose anything.
No, exactly. And not only did he not lose anything, but he gained a United States Championship match when AJ opened up the U.S. Challenge next week in Sin City just for him. So next week we're going to get AJ Styles, Ty Dillinger. I think that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that's going to be pretty good. I think that's actually going to be. It's going to be a one and done though, and they're going to move on to Corbin. I don't think Dillinger's a legitimate challenger here.
Not yet. The Corbin with Styles.
Yeah, I think so. But I would actually go crazy if Dillinger took it off Styles. What a huge rub for Dillinger. Especially if
Styles doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need the title at all. You could just put him. Maybe have that. But that's the only thing. Like I could more likely see Corbin costing AJ the title than that leading to a feud between AJ and Corbin. But then, then you get a win. Like then Dillinger's the champion, but he won it off interference. There's just no way to make everybody look good, boys. Booked ourselves into a corner. This is the good part. The good part of the Ellsworth and Carmella part, where Carmella starts slapping him, and after Ellsworth begs her to take him back and begs for forgiveness and all that great stuff. I'm sure none of us here on the podcast have ever been in that fucking position. He then begs for another chance, and Carmella agrees, makes out with him, and then slaps the shit out of him. Now I don't know about you guys.
It was a brutal slap.
It was a brutal slap, but I don't know about you guys. But Carmella went up a notch in my. I like a woman who can put me in my place right after she gives me the business. Keeps you on your toes, boys.
You should date Awesome Kong then.
No, I said put me in my place, not fucking crush me and murder me. Plus, I don't want to always have to be on top.
Oh God.
Well put.
Thank you. I'm gonna loop that in the podcast. That's how proud I am of that comment, boys. Robbie, are you eating again? For fuck's sake, dude. We're at the last match.
I was putting the keys away.
Yeah, I bet you were. Number one contenders match. Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was
great.
Yeah, I thought it ended up being a really good match, and they actually worked really well together, and the crowd was invested in it too.
What helped was that Nakamura, turned up, and Randy Orton actually cared.
And it was a clean win for Nakamura as well.
Yeah.
No shenanigans, no bullshit. Great main event.
The whole thing just seemed like all the way through, like just new. Like I know those guys hadn't been in the ring together before, but just like it was.
Yeah, they read each other really well.
They did, and they had I was kind of worried that I was like, oh, it's gonna be Nakamura on his day off and Randy Orton being Randy Orton, but both guys turned up and they seemed amped to work together, and the result was a pretty damn good match. It helped that they got a pretty good amount of time, almost 14 minutes, which is good for a TV match. You can do
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, exactly. Good main events for both shows this week. Let's have some fun. Yeah. Which main event takes it? Nakamura Orton or Big Show and Strowman?
I think Nakamura Orton for me.
Two very different styles. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's just more my kind of match, I guess. I mean, the other one was fun, but I don't know. At towards the end of the Nakamura Orton match, I was more on the edge of my seat for that one.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment.
Yeah.
Oh, just for me, just for the shock of Randy Orton actually showing up and doing really, really well, and kind of bringing that Nakamura that we all like, bringing him out. I felt like that was very good chemistry. Like, this reminded me in a way, like, not promo-wise and anything, but just in the way that they bring the best out of each other, of CM Punk and John Cena. There was that vibe there between Nakamura and Orton, match-wise anyway. Maybe not chemistry.
It was, yeah. There's a lot of new stuff in there as well, or like irregular stuff, like the way that Nakamura countered Orton's attempt at the RKO, signature moves. It was great. It was a really good match for what it was.
Great main event. I think we all three of us agreed here that it was better than the one on Raw, but that's not taking anything away from Monday Night Raw's main event. I almost made it through the podcast without that burp. Almost. And then finally, we mentioned it earlier, but Kevin Owens is walking around, and he meets up with Daniel Bryan, and he says that next week he will make SmackDown his personal playground, and no one can do anything about it. Bryan says, oh yeah? Vince McMahon. Or, well, he says Vince is coming to deal with this next week. And that's how we went off the air. This reminded me very much of an Attitude Era segment. The way it ended with this like big bombshell announcement that a lot of people care about.
Yeah.
And then it just goes off the air.
I totally agree with that.
And it's been a fucking long time since we've seen anything like that.
That's awesome. Trying some new stuff.
I really enjoyed it.
Raw starts out with a match.
Yeah.
This one ends like that. Yeah.
There's some consistencies throughout both shows. Things that happen at the beginning play out either like, kind of like in the Raw's case in the very next segment with the Reigns and Cena stuff, but they kind of like Reigns reacted to the match that he just saw. So there was that, and then SmackDown here with the Kevin Owens thing that basically went from the beginning of the show all the way to the end, which is something we've been complaining about. I know I've personally complained about a couple times on this show. So proof again. See, I name Robbie as my son. What happens? Jason Jordan, all of a sudden he's the son of Kurt Angle. I complain on here that I want a thread to go through a show. What happens? The thread is going through the show. So you're welcome, Papa Vince.
And Corey Graves is on both shows now.
And I said I wanted that too.
Yep.
Well, I said I wanted them to clone a bunch of Corey Graves and just have 6 of him. But this is the next best thing. Actually, I don't mind Tom Phillips. I kind of like him.
I do too. Yeah.
Doesn't bother me. Yeah. So we've made it to the end. -1 Travis. We hope he's feeling better. Sucks. Recovering from
Get well, Travis.
Yeah, recovering from surgery always sucks. It's his second week. It's coming up on the second week here. So, about another week or two, and he should be back 100%. Thank you for coming on, even though you were in pain. Poor guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt bad for fucking leaving. I was like, dude, I'd leave this podcast if I had a slight headache. Because he sounded like when he was saying bye, he sounded in pain. So hope he gets better soon. But Drew, where can we find you on the internet? What do you do there?
At Drew Ortman on the Twitter, kayfabetoday.com, prowrestlingjournal.com, and this show.
Yeah, plug this show while it's going on.
Yeah.
That's the top
Listen to this show.
Listen. Go back and listen again. Robbie, you're up.
You can find me on Twitter at Robbie Radford. After 3 months of working in the woods, I'm getting used to using Twitter all over again, so that's fun. You can also find me writing stuff shortly on the Kayfabe Today website.
Which you can find at...
What?
Which you can find at... Sorry, I was yawning while I said that.
Yeah. I've got loads of great stuff coming out soon.
Where can you find your article, Robbie?
At www.kayfabetoday.com.
There you go, buddy. Don't you have something else you want to promote, Robbie?
Ha! I thought you'd never ask. Okay.
That fucking setup.
Strong Style. They're great. They really are great. So I've just come from America, where I got sent some more Strong Style clothing, and it's all been such a good fit. Like, everything's been really comfy.
Robbie, when are we getting some free shit?
Hey, it'll happen. The pipeline.
Dude, this is episode 32. This is 32 weeks that they've gotten free promo. Where's my shirt?
It's coming. It's coming. So it's currently in Peru.
Strong Style is actually just a Robbie found a white T-shirt and he took a black Sharpie and he wrote Strong Style on it, and that's the clothing brand he promotes. No, I'm sorry.
We've
Go
all
ahead.
got to start somewhere. No, yeah.
Well, you
It's
know,
coming up to
Apple
winter.
computers started in a garage. Sorry, go ahead. Now I'll shut up.
So, I'll have to admit, I've lost the Word document in which I lost my
Oh no.
catchphrase plug.
Oh no.
So I'll be writing a brand new one for next week. But you can find them and their fabulous clothing and other items at strongstylebrand.com.
You better have a new one. That was disappointing. Well, by the time this podcast goes up, my Twitter account will be about a day away from being unbanned. So if you want to, you can follow me for now at MTLBroski514. But you could also follow me at MTLBroski, and eventually I'll get back there. Now, chances are I'm going to get clipped for something again. So you're going to want to follow at MTLBroski514. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I got some videos up, but I'm very excited about this. In my last Tennis in the Face video, I pled with the gods above for more tennis in the face. Well, they heard my call. I found this game called Baseball Riot, which is the exact same thing, except this time, instead of tennis balls, you use baseballs. So it's even more damaging. And
Who hurt you?
my parents never loved me. So I'm going to be putting videos of that out. That should be fun.
Nice.
So keep an eye out on that. Those videos have been very fun to make, and they're fun to edit. So that should be coming soon. But until then, for Robbie and Drew,
Goodbye.
my name is Eric. And no, I have to yell the name of the podcast. It's not a podcast until I yell Kayfabe. This has been the Kayfabe Today. Now it's a podcast.
X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it